G'day guys, Jeremy from TACMed Australia. Got the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters there next to me. I'm going to tell you in a second why I've got him poorly drawn on the whiteboard. So recently we were running some training for some medics, pretty experienced medics to be honest, and we ran a scenario for the guys, and one of the patients had a stab wound to his abdomen. So the medic got there, seen the stab wound, and started packing the wound. So obviously we don't want to pack a wound in an abdomen, it's a non-compressible bleed. Pull that guy up, explain to him why we're not going to pack that wound, and then we're able to carry on with the training. So I thought I'd take the opportunity just to go through a bit of whiteboarding on why or where we do pack wounds, where we tourniquet, where we do chest seals. There's a really good infographics going around the internet a few weeks ago. I know the guys at Dark Angel Medical and ACT programs and stuff like that. They did a really good infographic, so go check out their Facebook pages to see them. But I'll run through on the board where we pack wounds. So I suppose firstly we'll go with the chest, abdo, pelvis, and as I said, they're a non-compressible hemorrhage. So no matter how much gauze, just quick clot Celox we're carrying on in our bags or our ambulances, chances are we're not going to have enough. And even if we did have enough to fill those cavities, it's still probably not going to stop the bleed. They're big blood vessels deep within those cavities, the chest, abdo, pelvis, and you're just not going to be able to stop them. They need a surgeon. So in the chest cavity, so there's our navel. In our chest cavity there, we're going to place on a chest seal for any penetrating trauma. Okay, so any gunshot wounds, stab wounds, or shrapnel from blast, we're going to throw on a chest seal. Generally just a light dressing for your abdomen, and again pelvis, just a light dressing, like a normal trauma dressing, that is, so we don't pack the wounds. Okay, so that brings me to the next point. So where do we pack wounds? So mainly we like to pack wounds on junctional areas, okay? So that's the neck, the axilla, or the armpits, and our groin. Now the reason these are commonly packed with hemostatics like quick clots, Celox, or just packing gauze is that you have some big blood vessels that come really close to the surface to get over the joint or through the joint to the limb or your head, okay? So obviously they're very high up that we cannot place a tourniquet, and they're big blood vessels, so we need to arrest that hemorrhage. So that's why we pack the wounds, okay? So generally our groin, our armpit, and our neck. In saying that, however, we can pack wounds on the limbs if necessary, so big cavities from maybe exit wound from gunshot wound, or a big blast cavity, we might have to pack those wounds as well. Generally we'll tourniquet them first if they're a massive hemorrhage, okay? But anything on the junctions, we're going to pack. So tourniquets, obviously, we may want to tourniquet some of our patients' neck, but we can't tourniquet the neck. So that obviously just leaves our extremities, okay? It's really important that when we place on a tourniquet, that it's not over their joints, okay, the elbow and the knee joints. And when we place them, if it's a high wound, we're going to make sure that the tourniquet remains horizontal, okay? So if you place it high up in the junctional and it's on an angle and not horizontal, okay, we run the risk of moving that limb and the tourniquet moving and becoming ineffective and that patient bleeding out, okay? So make sure it's horizontal on the limb. It needs to be about 5 centimeters minimum above the wound, and make sure it's not on the joint. The other thing we need to consider now, everyone carrying massive iPhones and shit like that, we're going to make sure that the tourniquet does not go over anything in their pockets. You know, cargo pockets, especially police, law enforcement carrying their notepads in their cargo pockets. We want to make sure that the tourniquets don't go over there. They need to come out of the pockets first. Obviously, tourniquets can go straight over the clothing. We can worry about that later. So that's just a little bit of a whiteboard on where we do tourniquets, where we wound pack, where we chest seal. If you want to learn more about some of these, I'll put a link below. We've got a free PDF download of an ebook that's been written by Dr. Dan Pronk, our medical director, and that's free to download. So I'll put the link below there. So thanks again for watching this video, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks.